And welcome back to another episode of the Convoluted Podcast. It's your host, Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, and I'm here with Liz.
Hey.
And if it's your first time listening, you can always follow or subscribe. It's free, and you can always unfollow and unsubscribe. Liz, how have you been?
I'm dying.
Liz is dying. Liz is slowly dying.
I'm on a 6-day stretch. This is day 6, and I don't start till for another couple hours. So yes, I'm already miserable. It is day 6, 5th day in the ED coming up, and I'm already dreading it. Hopefully, being Super Bowl Sunday, it will be as peaceful day. Hopefully, as it has been in the past for the last few times I worked on a Sunday. So we'll see about that. Luck has not been doing so well. I almost thought I would get out early yesterday, and it all hit at like 6, 7 o'clock last night, and I was like, well, I guess I'm not going home.
Damn, you've had it rough. It is.
And I worked what? Since the end of actually it was the end of our pay period, and I worked 47 hours. Wait, 87 hours, excuse me. In 2 weeks, so the first week it was 47 and another 40 hours on top of that.
Damn, Liz has been raking in the dollars, but man, has it been taking a toll on her
emotional mental health.
Yes it has.
Yeah.
So on the other side of the spectrum, I'm doing extremely well. I am on my first day of my 4 days work period, where for the next 5 weeks I'll be only working 4 days a week and getting paid for 5. Anyone wondering how that works? It's magic, and plus you just gotta tell your boss. So I'm gonna be trying that 4-day work week method that the European countries have been doing. But that's on the off joke side. I am looking forward to it. It's my first day back. I'm looking forward to working on some more stuff. There's some new fun shirt ideas that I've been working in the background. Me and Liz have discussed a little bit, but we like Liz mentioned. Liz mentioned she's been really busy, so it's been hard to kind of coordinate. Like it's been fun,
extremely busy, and now with my new schedule changing coming up.
So yeah, it's been hard to coordinate. So in the next couple episodes, you guys are gonna probably be seeing stuff. So we're gonna be really like putting to the grind a lot of content for you guys. And Liz might not join us for a couple episodes just because of her busy schedule, but look forward to some surprise guest hosts in the coming up here and there.
Yes, thank you to the guest hosts who are filling in for me. I hate doing that to you guys, but I'm not quite sure where my capacity level will be. Maybe I'll be able to join. Who knows?
But yeah, if you guys want to know more about that, we'll be having a bonus episode where Liz is going to explain kind of all that in a more detailed, because that's literally a whole episode in itself.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, check out the bonus episode when that one comes out. We'll talk about that, and then besides that, there's gonna be a shorter episode, just because, like Liz said, she's busy. So, but we're still gonna make it as entertaining as possible. It is the day of Super Bowl, for if you're listening to this on the day of. I hope if you're watching it, see if let us know if you found any of the commercials funny. Let us know what you thought about the halftime, because that's literally the only reason I watch the Super Bowl. I'm not a huge sports fan, but I do enjoy watching competitions. And for a Super Bowl, I just like the halftime shows and the commercials. And this is the week of Valentine's Day as well. If you saved this and it's already been, when is Valentine? Tuesday? Forgot.
Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. You gotta have your tacos, guys.
If you held this episode until Tuesday, happy Valentine's. And I hope if you have someone special and you're listening to this with them, we're glad you're sharing it. If you have no one, we're here with you.
Not alone. We're single and driving it through.
But yeah. So yeah, if you save this till Tuesday, happy Valentine's Day. And any time in between. So Before that, like I said, if you want to check out some of our merch to help support us, go to merch.tyrantdominus.com. It's something to be able to support us. And if you don't want to spend any money, you can always share the podcast on social media or word of mouth. It's free and it helps us. It's one of the best ways to help us overall. But yeah, we're just going to jump into a couple of these stories. We're going to be first starting with one of the most ridiculous. Do I have something like this?
Are you out of your mind?
Ideas that is happening. So AMC will set movie ticket prices based on seat location. So before we get into the article, we kind of already have this concept when it comes to like what is it, music artists or performances, right? I think movie tickets were one of the few times where it was always a set price, right?
Yeah.
And I think in the last 10 years, certain theaters have made it more of purchasing your seat in advance. It has been more, because in the old days, you would just buy your ticket and you would just have to look for a seat. And so if you got lucky early enough, you're like, okay. But making it, having you to reserve your seat early has helped me tremendously, I'll be honest.
I like it. I definitely have been like getting on there and getting my seats set up, and we don't have to worry about it. We just have to remember what seat we have picked. But yeah, Ursula and I love it because we can pick it out, and we usually have enough space between everybody and the next person.
So yeah, it's been so just hearing that. What are your thoughts just hearing this title of this article?
I was like, are you kidding me? Like, so the best seats are like all the ones in the back, and you have to pay a little more money for it. Like, okay, it's already expensive going to the movies. I don't know if you know how it feels. Like $15 a pop for just a damn seat, and that's not even including the popcorn or anything. It's like a full-on date night kind of thing going on here. So I know, because I spent my fortune and left on movies lately, and
same. And with the new releases for a lot of the films and that I have piled up for the upcoming releases for Reaction Cast, it's gonna drive a big wedge in my, not a wedge, it's gonna like be taking money from my pocket.
It's huge. But then AMC does this. I mean, and then you're like, and the cheapest ones are the ones you have to crane your neck. Like, that's terrible. I couldn't. Yeah, I refuse in AMC. I'm sticking to Regal.
So AMC will be one of the first theaters to do this. I think they lost a lot of money before. Like I didn't read this article yet, but I know they lost a lot of money in the last year. The pandemic did not help movie theaters overall. We talked about this multiple times. It hurt the movie industry a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
And it's still being hurt because of all the people you can do it at home, streaming devices. I mean, AMC is just even further putting themselves into the debt hole. So,
well, let's find out. Let's see what this article has to say, and then we'll give more input. Okay, AMC, the largest movie theater chain in the United States, is changing its price metrics by charging more at admission for preferred seats and offering value seats at lower costs. The new pricing experiment is called Sightline by AMC. It offers 3 different tiers. Valued Sightline includes the seats right next to the screen, while Preferred Sightline includes seats that are centered and in the middle of the theater. The average seats or the standard Sightline will remain at normal price admission. So they kind of give you 3 tiers, kind of the edge at the bottom, and kind of the regular. Okay. I'm seeing. Okay, here's the statement. While every seat at AMC delivers an amazing movie-going experience, we know there are some moviegoers who prioritize their specific seats and others who prioritize value movie-going. AMC Executive Vice President and CEO Elliot Hamlish said to Variety, Sightline at AMC accommodates both sentiments to help ensure that our guests have more control over their experience so that every trip to an AMC is a great one. However, Sightline will not apply to AMC's Discount Tuesday deal. Every ticket will still be offered at $5 regardless of seat location. That's kind of something. Sightline will all.
So hopefully the Tuesdays will be better. I mean, granted, we don't have one not too close to us, so I don't think I'll be checking for the gas.
And I think Regal does $5 Tuesday too.
Lisa too.
Sightline will also apply to evening shows after 4 p.m. Okay. And let's see. Before we continue, okay, so let's just go with that. Okay, your thoughts just hearing those statements.
I honestly, I don't think they're gonna do well. I mean, granted, it's already costly to go, and then you really, I guess.
So we'll say $15. We'll say $15 right now. Kind of think about it. So if their normal price is for their normal sightline, that's $15. So what they're gonna add $2-3 more, so $18 for their.
Still expensive.
Yeah, that's almost an IMAX seat. And I've only seen 2 IMAX movies, and fuck, that was expensive. That was like $22.
Like yeah, exactly. They're $22. So I mean, I don't know. This seems like.
And then, what are your thoughts when they lessen the price on the bad seats, basically? Do you guys have a preferred like spot?
Whatever's available, pretty much. But we tend to hit middle seats because we like to see like dead on the whole screen instead of like off to the side, because it just doesn't work for us and our sight wise. So usually that's what we choose, is always somewhere in the middle. But we also choose movies that have been out for a couple of weeks sometimes too, because my schedule has been so busy and I haven't been able to go and take my daughter to these wonderful life events.
So I have a specific seat location I have to watch films with, just because of how my eyes work. I have to be. I don't have to always be in the middle, like center, but I have to always at least be sitting from the screen looking in front of me. I have to be on the left most center. So center, like, and then left a seat or two. So not main center, because for some reason the way my eyes work, it just, and if I sit in the center, it just feels awkward. So I have to at least sit a few seats to the left of the center, and then it's perfect for some reason. Plus,
I just like dead center.
So on top of that, I need to get the bet. I need to get new glasses specifically, because that's the only time I use my glasses, either for screens and for movies. Those are the only few times I use them. I don't need them any time. I do need them now for night driving, I've noticed. So my night blindness has worsened. Yeah, that's the way, right? So I have to actually talk with my eye doctor about that. My night blindness has been worsening. But besides that, that's besides the point. Anyways, going back to this, I get it what they're trying to do. I just feel a bit. It just feels off. Let's see what the reception is, what other people are saying. The movie theater's giant has faced backlash for this new price structure, including from people in the entertainment industry. Oh, that's good. This is absurdly stupid and only creates an unnecessary classism. AMC clearly focused on squeezing new profits anywhere possible, trying to get people back into theaters. Don't penalize folks with less pay to spend.
Yeah, there's not a lot of money, and especially with the economy right now, it's not doing too hot right now. So I don't know how they're gonna, with inflation. Yeah, how they're gonna make profit.
The movie.
Sorry, yeah, I'm not sorry.
And that was from Seth Green. Elijah Wood said, "The movie theater is and always has been a sacred democratic space for all, and this new initiative by AMC would essentially penalize people for lower income and reward for higher income." Yeah, it's kind of an interesting way to put it, but yeah, it just hurts people like who are just paying less, because sometimes, you know what some people will do is like yourself, you just wait a couple weeks until the movie goes out, buy the cheaper ticket, and then just when it's an empty theater, just go to the center, you know?
Exactly.
And let's see here. Like overall, it's just it's very disappointing to see that they're doing this. Like, it's just like to go to the theaters when I was younger was always a treat. Was always a very like enjoyable time, and it still is till now. Even though
It still is a very enjoyable time, but you don't. I mean, now that we're adults and we have our own money and we can go do it more often, but it's just like it's. I don't know. It's still like a treat, kind of these days. Like, okay, we can get a movie in today, woohoo! But it's not always.
and it's I would love to do these. I wish I could probably get my schedule to change so I could do these $5 Tuesdays more often. I enjoy my current schedule at the moment where I'm like
I know. I'm jealous. I'm like, of course, technically I could make Tuesday works, but it's my kiddo that doesn't want to go. So I'm like, I don't want to go by myself.
oh, I go by myself all the time. I have to get those reviews.
No, but I mean, I'm the one who's got to be responsible for my kiddo. Come on.
She
gets off to bed.
I'm good. She
has a late start on Wednesday. I'm like, oh, that would be perfect. We go right after I get off at 4:30. It'd be perfect. No. That kid does not want to save money. She wants to spend my money.
Damn. But yeah, it kind of sucks. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, let us know down in the comments what your guys' thoughts on this. Because yeah, it's just like
it's absurd. It's absurd.
Yeah, that's kind of our thoughts on that one. It's very just ridiculous. AMC is struggling. I get it. The only way I could see this kind of working is I think AMC has like a what is it, partner program or something. Like Regal has a partner program or something where you can like spend X amount a month to see a movie every day and stuff. I have that for 6 months just because I knew I was going to watch a bunch of movies these next couple of months. And in the long run, it saves you money. But if you're not like using it, it's like it's a waste. It's like how what is it? Recently Red Pass, I believe, or Movie Pass recently came back. Like I was one of the first few people to get Movie Pass. And I was so disappointed when it left, just because it's a useful tool for people who enjoy going to the movies. You only pay a certain amount a month to go see a movie. Like I think in the beginning you could see one movie every day, and then towards the end of the lifespan of Movie Pass, I think it was like 3 movies a month, which overall that's still a lot of movies. If
you can find something to watch 3 times for the month, that make it worth it.
And I think
I don't find it efficient for me because I don't see a lot of movies. So
yeah, but yeah, it depends. It depends on anywhere because one, it's a chunk of money you have to pay up front for sure, and some people just don't want to do that. I looked at for me because I looked at the schedule of movie releases. I'm like, I know I'm going to be watching all these movies and reviewing them. So should I spend X amount of money now to make sure I'll be able to just basically save nearly half the money I was going to spend going to individual ones, right? Yeah. It's just it's one of those things like every individual has to really think about, but not everyone. At least not everyone has to review a movie like myself and like schedule them out in long runs. People are just thinking like, oh, what's the next movie coming out next week or something? Oh, that sounds fun. Let's see if anyone else is interested. I personally have to plan out months in advance, so I kind of already know that I'm going to be ending up watching 15 films in the next 6 months. So
I only want to see like a handful of them, so not up there with you. But I did ask you, if you go, you gotta let me know, so Ursula I can join in on this.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of our thoughts. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments, or if you're watching this on Spotify or Anchor, there's down below. You can let us know what you think of this debacle that AMC has gone. All right, let's go into our next story. So what do you want to do? You want to do a fake Alibi or EMT?
Let's do our EMT and then get into that one. I think that's going to be a juicier one at the end.
Okay, let's get with the. Go ahead.
Georgia EMT intentionally crashes his car at 120 miles per hour when accelerator gets stuck.
Intentionally crashes.
But he got stuck. So I totally get it. Like, would you want to do that? Either crash it into something you may or may not survive.
So
if your accelerator got stuck. So think about it. It's just like bus. You remember the speed? You had to have that accelerator at a certain speed at all times.
So what I know about, so I remember, I can't remember where I saw it, but I know if you're in that moment where you're kind of stuck in like continuous movement, I remember watching where you got to start like making your vehicle start swerving back and forth to get your vehicle to slow down. Depending on also, and then on top of that, know how much gas, because eventually you'll run out of gas, right? So you would have to literally, like, if you're very fortunate and are on like a freeway or highway, a long stretch of road, just swerve back and forth on that road until you basically run out of gas. Or slow yourself enough where you're able to crash into the embankments, and then kind of that's kind of what I remember watching the video. Note, this is not my personal advice. This is just a video that I watched a long ass time ago.
This is a YouTuber.
I don't remember. It was like some like show on the History Channel or something. But anyways, yeah, that's what I remember. Like whenever, if I was ever in this situation. But apparently this person did not watch that video.
Nope, they did not. A Georgia first responder is grateful to be alive after being injured in an accident on Christmas Eve. Now he's trying to raise money to cover his medical bills.
Oh, God. You gotta love that.
Oh, the damn medical bills. Always coming back at us.
Gotta love America. I should get like one of those patriotic things. Dun, 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 dun,
I know. Definitely do.
I'll find one.
James Benefield of Noonan said he was picked up an extra shift on December 24th and was driving to work in his 2006 GT Mustang when the accelerator became stuck. Ooh. Benefield was pursuing his emergency medical technician state license and was working in Florida County, southwest of Atlanta. Said was helpless to stop his vehicle and was concerned about traffic, even though it was late on Christmas Eve. I called 911 and begged for help, but I could barely hear the dispatcher over the sound of the V8. The father of 3 boys wrote on a GoFundMe page. Being a holiday, traffic was light, but I knew I was approaching a busy area with some tight turns. I knew if I was going to die, I didn't want to kill anyone else. Family members have said that Benefield's vehicle reached 120 miles per hour before he intentionally crashed his car, left the road, and rolled several times before it became to a stop, said WSB. Benefield said it was flown to a trauma center and received life-saving medical care. I'm grateful to all the people who took part in saving my life. But I'm looking at 2 enormous medical bills with no way to pay them. I don't have any health insurance, and I don't make much of my line of work. That is true. I've heard this from all the EMTs I've ever had.
Wait, don't EMTs get health insurance through the hospital?
Not always.
Oh my God,
it depends on the.
That's so garbage. Like, just hearing that, like, you work for the hospital, but you can't get health insurance
because there's so many of them. There's so there's different like companies, right? Not every company is guaranteed with a hospital.
Bruh.
And it's not and it depends on the state too. Really, I know that I've heard like they're because they're still training, they don't get insurance until they're actually first officially certified.
Damn.
Not a single fuck.
Yeah, somebody I was talking to was a EMT, even though he was working part time. On top of his, normal thing, he still had his wife and kid who was giving birth. And I was like, I bet that's not gonna be fun. So,
well, hopefully he'll raise his nearly $140,000.
$140,000. He's only at $7,000 right now, y'all.
I feel bad for him. Like,
300.
And he's just one of many Americans that are in this situation. Not this specific situation, but in this general situation. Like that's like that is that is something that, like, I'm not even nearly, like, I'm glad I'm not in there. I'm like in like a tenth of that. So I'm like, I am so fortunate I'm there, or just like a portion of that, because if I was in half, even if I was half of that, it's still a lot. Still a lot. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, and it's I feel bad for him, but he took the initiative. What sucks is that he not only lost his vehicle, he has his medical bills. He's out of work. So
Well, he just looked like he just recently got his EMT license, so
that's
did
good.
get certified. He did get certified.
That's
Took
good.
him a bit, but he got there.
And yeah, it's just damn. And these are the people who are. This is your everyday Americans,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like,
He did earn it last month, so he's working. He's with the Grady Health System now. So
I'm gonna check the tweet out and see if wait, my, what a coincidence that he drives a V8 Mustang GT. Did the brake get stuck too? Even if you're braking with the accelerator going, you can only do so much, because the car will still accelerate, because you'll like burn through your what is it? Why can't I think? Your brake pads and stuff like that. Like, you can only do so much with that.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if his emergency brake didn't. Did he? I'm assuming most all vehicles have emergency brakes still on them.
Oh, you mean the emergency brake thing? That doesn't work as you think it does.
Oh.
Yeah, those emergency brakes. Okay, so for anyone wondering, a lot of people think that emergency brakes are for like situations like that. No, they're meant to stop vehicles from moving in high slope areas. If you would do that when moving so fast, if you accidentally, you would destroy your car. So that's why you hear that clinking noise when you accidentally leave your emergency brakes on and you still drive, because you're forcing your car to hit the emergency brakes over and over. So you're like destroying your car. So if you turned on your emergency brakes while you were going at high speed, you were like completely, yeah, you would pain a lot more. That would do nothing. There is a fun Mythbuster episode where they do test that.
Yes,
so yeah,
I thought it was a Mythbusters.
Yeah, it does nothing. So yeah, that's note that for everyone. But yeah, well, that kind of sucks. Here's hoping he earns at least a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, it's kind of how you have to pay off bills these days. You gotta do a GoFundMe.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm like, and hope for the
Go fund me. Go fund us.
Go fund us. But you can do that, and get something for yourself by getting our merch. Get yourself something while supporting us. Okay, let's get into the next story. Wait. This one's an interesting one because it's a story that happened a little bit ago, but it's been more information has come out recently.
Okay.
So, here. A YouTuber accused of murder after using a live stream as an alibi. Okay.
Oh man.
So, police. Okay. A Northern Ireland YouTuber was charged with murdering a pregnant woman last week. When was this from? February 6th.
Pregnant lady? Oh, jeez.
And the police told the court he used his live stream as an alibi. On December 18th, 32-year-old Nikolai was stabbed. Natalie. Nikolai. Why did I see Nikolai? Anyways, Natalie
I don't know.
was stabbed to death in her Silverwood Green home in Lurgan. She was 15 weeks pregnant. Police initially arrested Stephanie. Steven, why?
How do you get all these male and female names checked around? You need your glasses checked, buddy.
Oh my god! Probably I told you I need some new glasses. But soon released him after he was persuaded them that he was live streaming that night the murder happened. So they had him already in custody. It sounds like. Let's see here. what was it, Steven? Yeah, Steven is a part-time assistant audience editor for the Belfast Telegraph and has a YouTube channel with over 30,000 subscribers. His live stream was indeed active on the night of the Natalie's murder, but the footage of him playing the video game Grand Theft Auto was pre-recorded days earlier, according to technical examinations of his devices by cyber experts. So people were like, so he was live streaming, but people like were noticing like, is this actually a live, or is there a pre-recorded video set up as a live stream?
Yeah,
there's some internet detectives out there for sure. We've noticed. Let's see here. The senior detective told the judge that Steven denied any involvement in the crime, but admitted that the live stream was faked in a written statement. He even admitted it was faked.
Damn.
But the YouTuber later revised the story from the night to claim that he drank alone at home, then fell asleep. So he live streamed, and he was just like. The YouTuber later, the prosecutors alleged that the suspect was devised,
sophisticated,
calculated, cool-headed plot. It was smart in a way, but
capable of deception beyond imagination.
The police told the court that they traced McCullen's movements from the crime scene back to his home on December 18th using CCTV footage from a bus and an account from a taxi driver. That's how they get you.
Cameras, baby, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. A man police believe to be McCullen is seen boarding the bus with his hood pulled down and a scarf pulled up. According to the statement, the man removed a black glove to accept his change from the driver, revealing a second yellow glove underneath. It's to see him. McGinnis said it was consistent with the print on the marigold glove found in the bloodstain at the crime scene. Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Police also believe that the same man boarded a taxi, and based on the analysis of the GPS data, authorities say that the cab allegedly stopped at McCullen's address. At the beginning, the McCullen recorded streams. He told his audience that he couldn't respond to his live chat because of technical difficulty. He said, quote, "I can't use my phone to dip in every now and then and check it, but I decided that I kind of hate live stream where people just sit and read comments and go, oh my god, yes, ask me questions," he added. Police alleged that he deliberately referred to the time and said, "I'm not leaving the house tonight," to reinforce his alibi. At this point, his expressions fear about rising crime and underfunded police. That's why I love sticking to doing crimes in video games. He kept saying, "Keeping things simple, mate." So he kind of just like was, quote, originally live streaming, and then it turned out to be a fake live stream, and then it's just like I saw a little bit of the live stream or the video. He kept saying like, "I'm sorry, I can't read the chat. I'm having technical difficulties. I'm just gonna. I could use my phone, but I don't want to." So he's kind of making excuses. I'm like
it's calculated. That's definitely calculated.
Like he was doing something. He was doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was planning to do this for a while. It sounds like, because I
don't know why you would kill that person. I don't understand it. Maybe because she was pregnant with his baby. I don't know. I don't even know if it was his baby.
I don't know much of the actual involvement between each other's. All I know is of what's happened here because of basically what happened. It's just baffling to how far people will go to get away with murder. I've heard people use fake alibis and stuff like, "Hey, say I was hanging out with you this night," stuff like that.
It's usually supposed to say that every time we hang out. God, hang out.
20? Are you out of your mind?
So, but like I said, you get caught with like you said. There's cameras everywhere nowadays. There's cameras on lights. There's cameras on stores. They can catch you. There's almost
doorbells can catch people. How many times have that happened? You know,
Exactly. So
I'll just have them everywhere. I mean, come on, I even have one.
yeah, my home alone, like I don't live in a rough neighborhood, but my home alone has almost every single square inch of the property with cameras. Like you can't get away with doing anything around my neighborhood. And we almost had like an incident a couple months ago, and luckily, with the help of one of the cameras we had, it helped one of our neighbors out with that situation.
I
But
seem to
yeah,
recall that story.
yeah, and it's just one of those things. You just never know. But it's but just to get to that point, it's just like I don't know what this guy was thinking. Like he's definitely crazy to when he murdered someone, and I don't know. It's just why, you know. Like I wish we knew a little bit more, but that's something. But I'm glad that thank God to internet detectives and to help input, like because like some people would just like ignore like just a live stream, but then when you start really like looking into it, like something's fishy about this live stream. Like so that's kind of that's not the reason we don't live stream anymore. It's just we still haven't figured out why we're having technical issues.
Oh yeah, how many times it dropped on us?
Yeah, and we don't wanna ruin the experience for our listeners, or even watchers. So for now, hope that you guys have been enjoying just the uploads, a more consistent upload. Because as much as we would like to do live streams, I don't think at the moment it's fit for our situation.
I think I need something to boost my internet on my side of my room. I think that's where the problem is too, on some of it.
I think yeah, because there's a few times I might need to reset my setup too. Because there's been a couple times where you have been really blurry. But not during recordings. Like anyone watching this on YouTube, see that we have a really good quality of video, but you just never know. But yeah, like don't worry, we would probably never use these episodes as an alibi because we're not that smart.
No,
Like this is where this is where we hold the newspaper up in the air like it is.
We don't have newspapers anymore. That's called online for a reason.
True. Any more thoughts on this this gentleman?
I want to know. I really kind of would like to know why he did that, and why a pregnant woman, like of all things, too.
Yeah, I wish they gave us more information about actual
why the why part. Why
and not the how. Yeah, but I think that's
kind of we have an idea of the how. Oh well, we just know they murdered her. We didn't know how he murdered her. Okay, yeah, that would be good too.
So okay. Let's jump into the final part of the episode. But like I said, like always, if you want us to support us, you can always purchase any of our fun merch at merch.tyrantdominus.com. And if you don't want to spend any money, please do.
I have a boudoir shot to do. So I would like to take care of that, please.
We will have a fun shirt specifically to support that. So look forward to that. We're working on a fun idea for that. There'll be a specific shirt to support Liz and her boudoir shoot. But yeah, anyways, besides that, if you can't do that, you can always, like I said, share this podcast on social media or word of mouth. That's the easiest way to do it to help us out. So I'm gonna roll the dice and see which asshole is gonna be talking about today. Ooh, one of the lower ones on a 6.
Ooh, a 6.
Here,
dun, dun,
1,
dun.
2, 6. Huh, interesting. This actually works with currently what I'm.
Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun.
I got that. Here, I'll let you read this one.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, no. You're going to have to tell me this story. Am I the asshole for not inviting my unsupportive sister to my wedding? Oh, damn. I, 24F, got engaged to Derek M, 30M. Why do you guys use real names? I still don't understand that.
It might not
1
be
month,
real.
maybe. 1 month ago. Prior to that, we have known each other for 6 months. I know that's not a long time, but when you know, you know. You're madly in love and ready to commit yourselves to each other fully. My sister's 26F has a problem with that, though. She was supportive of my relationship with Derek before we got engaged. When I sent her a text telling her we're engaged, she responded by saying congratulations. But then when I saw her the week after that, she got all serious and said I should strongly consider the marriage. She told me I was young and could meet people I loved more. Was offensive to me because I love Derek more than anything. And she basically is saying my love isn't that important. She also told me that Derek and I could date longer before we got married, but we already fully committed to each other. So we might as well get married and be recognized as soulmates in the eyes of the law. Anyway, the conversation was hurtful. I eventually asked her very directly, do you support me marrying Derek? She said no. So I stood up, told her that she shouldn't be at the wedding if she didn't want us to get married, and left. I haven't talked to her since, although she's texted me multiple times. Derek and I were working on the wedding guest list yesterday, and we were both agreed my sister should not come if she doesn't support us. So we are planning not to invite her. I mentioned this to a friend yesterday, and she pointed out that somebody would be a little rude of me and not to invite her. So am I the asshole for not inviting my unsupportive sister to the wedding? Ooh. What do you think?
I think you should still invite her because it's up to the sister then to decide if she's going. No.
Yeah, I am saying that too. I think too in a way, but at the same time, I kind of understand why she shouldn't invite the sister. Because why? Like that last week when we were at the wedding or was it me? I don't know. Remember they took down the decorations and everything at that party, the family. I would just hate for that situation to arise again where the family was, taking down all the, or maybe it was a TikTok I watched. My bad. I've watched so much of those. Anyhow, I just like where they ruin the wedding. Like, I don't want to, like, why would you invite somebody to ruin the wedding? Potential of ruin the wedding. You know what I mean?
Potential, yeah. But at least you're not giving the, at least you're giving them the out. Like, at least you did invite them. Because you don't want to be that person like you didn't try to fix it in a sense, And I'm looking actually through some of these comments because it's interesting that a lot of people are calling her the ass. Like this one. Let's go with Daloco6913. You're the asshole. You have not known him long enough to actually love him. You are infatuated. On top of that, you are ready to ruin the relationship with your sister for a guy you actually not know. Second edit. There's a first edit, but the fact that he's ready to allow for estrangement is very concerning. Second edit. Narcissists and abusers like to isolate their victims. That is my concern regarding his encouraging the rift with her sister. Interesting.
Oh, yeah. That's a good perspective. I didn't think about it like that either. But, that's when you get engaged, you usually know the person for at least a year, if not longer.
Well, they knew themselves for 6 months.
Yeah, and that's too quick. I mean, I've heard a handful of stories that actually worked out, but
it's not impossible. That's the thing. It's not
impossible. I'm not dissing on that. I'm just saying that there are sometimes that is kind of the case with some of the stories too. That they're just people who are trying to isolate them completely.
What else is here? Okay, here's another one from Civil as a Orange. You are the asshole. You're upset because your sister expressed honest concern. Your response was childish, and kicking her out of your wedding is especially so. To here. And adding on to that from Phenon Star.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, OP, you need to understand your sister is, quote, right here. Her concerns are valid. You're pushing her away because of them is an even bigger red flag. You're dating a man several years older than. Wait, was he? I didn't realize.
I thought there was only.
Wait, what was he?
There's a 6 years difference. Okay, guys, come on, seriously. Wait.
That's a little bit. There's this weird spectrum.
Oh, me, I can date them all around.
There's a weird spectrum where it gets really weird. Where shoot, I lost it. You still have it?
Yeah, so. You're dating a man several years older than you, and you're getting married within 6 months of knowing each other. And now you're considering blacklisting members of your family, i.e., isolation, like red flags all over the place. You're the asshole.
Okay, so yeah, it's very. There's a lot of weird things happening here. But in my opinion, yeah, she is the ass. And this is not even after reading these other statements. It's just in general. That's what my thoughts. What are some of your final thoughts on this one? Is she
Love
not?
the extra other like perspective to this. I didn't think about it. Like, but of course, for me, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not getting married 6 months after knowing somebody. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, I think that's a little too crazy, too obscure. I think, yeah, in a way, she is kind of isolating herself. I agree on all the other people who have voiced that. So, yeah.
So, what do you think? Is she the asshole or is she not?
She's the asshole.
Okay, there you go. So, yeah, those are our thoughts for this situation. Hopefully, it's not as bad as it seems, because it does. As we're reading a little bit more, and I'm scrolling through some of these other ones, it looks really bad. There's a lot of lot of red flags there. A lot of red flags you gotta be careful with. But you just never know. We live in a world where it's pretty bad out there right now. So you gotta really be careful. Like, there's a lot of people that will just take advantage of individuals' emotional not stability. What's the word? Emotional space? Headspace? When you're able to kind of manipulate someone. There's a word and it's not coming to me. But
emotional manipulating?
Yeah, but there's a specific word, but it's not coming to me at the moment. But there's a lot of people that take advantage of that and just can do a lot of bad with it. So I'm hoping nothing. I hope this situation can, like, hopefully the sisters can fix itself. Hopefully it's not a very dark hole it's about to get into. The whole H thing is a different topic altogether, but it is kind of weird. But it's not. It depends. But like I said, that's a whole discussion for another day. But yeah, she's the asshole. At least invite her to the wedding and keep your family close, or keep individuals, keep individuals close. All right. Any other thoughts, Liz, before we end?
Nope. I just think family's better. Most family, when they're not toxic family members, they're great people to have in your life, and you need those for dependency. So,
yeah, there you go. So everyone, thanks again for listening or watching. Liz, thanks again for joining me today. If you guys are watching the game, let us know your thoughts on any of the commercials. Yeah, any of the commercials.
I heard there are going to be some amazing ones out there. I'm hoping to see them.
Tell us about the halftime shows. If it's already passed and you're listening to this on Valentine's, happy Valentine's. I hope you have a special one if you're with someone special, or if you're just hanging out with us. Thank you. So we'll catch you again next week. Thanks again. Until next time. See ya.
Bye.